So my God, he's made almost a $500,000 in a decade this way. And not one dime went to restitution for the poor people. Is my math right here, everybody?
So this hearing starts with a defendant who's been on unadjudicated probation for nearly a decade. He still hasn't completed a required therapy class, and more than $4,000 in victim restitution remains unpaid. But the key moment comes when the judge starts asking about his under-the-table lawn care work. Watch what happens when the court tries to do the math. My name is Dan. This is the Courtroom Files, and I think Ellie's going to hang out with us.
2022, he pleaded truthful, failing to enter and complete the moral recognition therapy program. So we're back on that one.
Yes.
All right. Are you Jovan Ray Lede Hopkins?
Yes.
Here with your attorney, Mr. Weston. State's attorney. In 17-27711, there's a motion to revoke unadjudicated probation filed October 23rd, 2024. I don't know why this one's rolled on for so long on administrative, but here we are. That's headed toward 2 years. What are we doing today?
I believe it's just a hearing. I think all the allegations are all administrative, and
We're going to deal mostly on number 2, the moral recognition therapy that he was ordered to at the beginning of probation, for which he earlier in 2022 pleaded true to failing to complete that properly. So we know we'd had a deal that we brought up that was made a big deal, and he knew that was important. And so we're back today, 3.5 years later, and it's the same old thing. Correct. Okay. Does the defendant here, who's here with John West, his attorney, waive a formal reading of this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation? Can we proceed in summary?
we can, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make during this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Lower your hand. In summary, this motion states that on November 6, 2017, in this court, you were sentenced to 5 years in prison.
No, Your Honor, he was sentenced to 2
So
years.
hold on. What was it? This is you were okay. You were placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation for 5 years. You weren't found guilty, and that was in 2017. That deferred or unadjudicated probation has been continued through the years. And here we are today, and he's still on deferred or unadjudicated probation, correct, everybody?
This was the order.
Is that true, sir? All right. Allegation 2 states you failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing the moral recognition therapy program as directed by the probation office. That's a violation of condition 29 of your deferred or unadjudicated probation order. And that states enter and successfully complete moral recognition therapy, comply with all rules and regulations of the program, and pay all associated costs. That was an order that you signed and I signed back on November 2017, when I was just almost a teenager. Is all of this true and correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading true to allegation number 2 voluntarily and because it is true as it is alleged?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that a voluntarily and knowingly made plea of proof to one or more violations of probation, that is enough to grant motion to revoke probation? Your probation could now be revoked. You can now be found guilty and sentenced up to the full range for this state jail felony, which is no less than 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail. You have 162 days credit already. Understanding all of that, do you insist on pleading true today?
Yes, sir.
I find you are pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true. What does anybody want to say?
I think, can I ask my client some questions, Your Honor?
He's under oath.
Yes. Mr. Hopkins, you never finished this moral recognition therapy. Is that true?
Yeah, I admit, but I never finished.
Tell the court about that. What happened? What went on?
When I went, they gave me the book. Then he said he was going out of one.
Did you hear him okay? You need to speak
A
loud.
little louder and clearer.
I went, I got the book the first time, and he said he was going on vacation.
Who's he? You say he.
Oh, I don't know, I can get his name.
The person that was conducting the class?
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine. And he gave you the booklet and then told you he was going out of town?
yeah, he went on he said he was going on vacation.
Okay. And did he come back from vacation?
I never talked to him again.
And did you talk
again?
Did you talk with your probation officer about getting the class again? Because you've been on probation you ordered to do this a long time ago, is that correct? You ever followed back through with this to take care of it?
Yeah, I be asking her. She gave me a note to call. They never answered.
So it's his fault? It's his fault. It's the probation officer's fault that it's taken you 8 years to not do anything on this requirement.
The class they never had another class.
So it's somebody else's fault. They never had a class, so it's somebody else's fault.
Yes, sir.
That's your, okay.
Like the class.
Wait, hold on. What's the probation say about that? Is it your fault?
No, Your Honor.
Oh.
We actually referred him online as well to do the class. And the providers usually reach out to them, and I'm assuming he never answered or got in contact with them because he never.
Who's the probation? Who's his direct probation officer?
Me.
Okay. Oh, you've interacted with this man about all of this?
Yeah.
Well, the lady is here who's your supervisor.
Yeah,
She's saying it's your fault.
the paper that I reached out to them, but they never reached back out to me. The paper she gave me.
What do you mean you reached out to them? This is your responsibility to
The
complete.
class that I'm supposed to take.
Uh-huh.
I reached out to them. She gave me a number to call them, but they never called back.
How does this work?
So we refer them to PDS. It's online.
Okay, hold on. Play like I don't know the initials stand for something.
It's personal development seminars. We
Okay.
refer him there.
You,
Write down all his information, the name, his address, phone number. I email it to them and they get in contact with him. Now it's up to him to answer the phone. If he doesn't answer the phone or doesn't reach back, then they can't ever schedule the class.
and this has been your experience as, you've been a probation officer for how long now?
4 years now?
And this is your experience in all cases, where moral recognition therapy is required, which is in many cases.
Yes, sir.
This is the way it works all the time.
Yes, sir.
How many problems in the thousands of cases that we've handled over 4 years? How many problems have we had where the defendant says, oh, well, I did all I can. They never reached out to me.
Not many.
Well, I mean, does it happen?
No.
Okay. It doesn't happen. Congratulations. We have 5,000 probationers. You're the only one who can't seem to communicate, but it's your requirement. You signed a plan, you signed a contract when you were placed on probation. And what happens is you got to put out the effort. So, and here's the problem is that we made a mistake. I gave you a chance a while back. We had a hearing on this, and back in October of 2022, where you failed to report, failed to provide verification of performing community service, and failed to complete the theft prevention class, and failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing moral recognition therapy. That's going on 4 years ago. And he hadn't done a thing since this last hearing of 4 years ago?
For that moral
For that moral,
No, you're
no.
That's
45 months have gone by. That's 30 days. 1,300 days. And you couldn't squeeze it into your busy schedule? You see anything wrong with that? You're nodding. She has to take something down. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On balance, Ms. Vega, on balance for the defendant, how's he doing on all the other stuff the other requirements, he's just probation? Is this just the only thing he's not doing right, or are there other problems? I know there's money problems. And I'm a little, unless somebody's going to convince me that he's got money that he's not paying.
We're not concerned about the money, Judge.
But I am, because it's an order of this court. But if they're unable to pay, that is a defense, and I honor that. Is he able to pay as far as you know money, or are you working somewhere?
At the moment.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to get hired when you got some problems here, criminal
I'm
problems.
gonna get my trick card.
See them. You've been on probation now going on 9 years, almost a decade, and we're still having problems. See? And this moral recognition therapy is very important because it's a class that helps you make the right decisions. You seems like you're not making the right decision. We're in the same situation we're in. Let me ask you, are you employed now?
No, sir, I was
Sir?
no, sir, I was
No.
taking the class for
Okay. What's your education status
I graduated
from
Memorial High School.
high school? After high school graduation, what have you done for education? Anything?
No, I was
No.
taking the
Okay.
tech class.
Okay. So what do you do during the day when you're not in jail? What do you do during the day?
With my uncle cutting grass.
Cut grass? Okay. How's that going?
It was going good.
Well, how much do you make in a year?
He just paid me $20 like a yard.
Okay, 20. Okay, how many yards do you cut in a month?
Like
20 yards? 20?
yeah.
Is that right? Okay, and it's $20 each? That's 400 times 12. That's
4,800.
4,800.
I'm not good at math.
Are you filing income tax returns on that money?
Yeah, I was filing it.
You file?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we want copies of your tax returns. Can you get them to her tomorrow?
Yeah, I can
Where are they?
in my phone.
You keep your tax returns in your phone.
Yes, on my email.
Probably electronically filed. Okay.
Yeah, well, good luck when your phone gets
Well,
taken or something, huh? How do the IRS doesn't find that amusing?
well,
Anyway, that's your problem.
yeah.
What do we want? Okay, what else on this case? We're gonna move forward here. He's, from the very get-go, he was charged with burglary of a building.
Oh.
And where are we on, was there any restitution owed in this?
There was, Your Honor.
Is there still owed?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
How much?
4,448.
What was the amount at
That
the
was the
beginning?
amount.
That one.
Wait, he's making $4,800 and he can't get one dime to the victim? Are you kidding me?
I was gonna chop the pay when I got my ankle tags.
Oh, you think it's been, how long you been on probation? 8 years. We're gonna wait on you? You were supposed to do it immediately, start paying something back. No, it's all about, this one is, the victims don't matter, it's all about you. That's why you got in trouble in the first place. No, I don't like this.
Your Honor, another option we have, besides sending him to prison right now, is he's on deferred. You could revoke his probation or deferred and place him on regular probation to pay the restitution back, see if it happens, and there's more recognition therapy. And if it doesn't, then prison's the only option. But right now we have another option between that.
You mean like we hadn't done anything in 9 years?
I know.
He's waking up from a coma now?
I'm just giving options that if the court was trying to get to restitution, that's another option we could do.
Okay, what state asking for? I can sense Mr. Ham's frustrated.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
We all are.
I understand.
And the victim is, I'm sure.
Judge, I would like to ask you to revoke him based upon his plea of true count 2. I would ask that whatever punishment that you give him, that we add the restitution to the judgment there. I think that's the best way to resolve this because of the
Terrible. Not.
well, it's horrible that he's done that, Judge, but the bottom
Yeah, no,
line
it's
is
terrible
we've kind
that
of
the people hadn't been paid back, but he's bragging about how much money he's making.
my frustration with him is with the state jail felony. I'm not sure that we can. I think we've done all we can do underneath the legal requirements of the time frame we can work with him on this probation.
What's his restitution? How much?
$4,448.
That's fair.
Anything else?
From the state judge.
Okay, so we're going on this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation here. I guess. The one that was. Trying to get the most recent one.
That's it.
The one in 24?
Yes, sir.
All right, and this, in summary, this motion to revoke probation states that on November 6, 2017, in this criminal district court of Jefferson County, Texas, you were placed on 5 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for burglary of a building, a state jail felony. Is all of that true and correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
And allegation 2 states you failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing the moral recognition therapy program as directed by the court in the probation office. Have you failed to do that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading true to that voluntarily and because it is true?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Do you understand that a voluntarily and knowingly made plea of true to one or more violations of probation, that is enough to grant a motion to revoke probation? Your probation can be revoked. You can now be found guilty and sentenced up to the full range of punishment for a state jail felony. And that's no less than 180 days up to 2 years in a state jail. Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today?
Yes, sir.
I find you are pleading true voluntarily. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading true. 3 states you failed to pay court assessed fees as directed. As of September 23rd, 2024, you were in arrears $9,234. My primary concern is you were ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $4,448. What is the total amount of amounts the defendant has paid over the course of his probation?
$1,421.
Okay. And that's over since 2017.
Yes, sir.
And I think we talked about that. We're going, that's going on 10 years and 120 months. And over that period of time, each month, well, you're making what, $4,800, what, per month? Is that what we said?
That's what I heard you say.
Yes,
Jim.
That's what you said, which is times 12.
It's less than 60.
I think he said 4,000, so I think it's 4,800. I'm gonna give him that credit. So it's 4,000, which ends up being 48, 4,008, 48,000 a year, almost 10 years. So my God, he's made almost $500,000 in a decade this way. And not one dime went to restitution for the poor people. Is my math right here, everybody?
I think it's a little off, Judge, which is
Oh,
odd for you.
He says he makes 200,
Right, so 4,800 a year.
no, 4,800 a year,
Right, times 10,
So-
so
which is
40,000.
$4,800 a year, not 48,000, 4,800 a year, right?
Right.
Okay. And this has been 10 years, so that's 48,000
Right.
over a decade.
Right.
But not one dime has gone back. And he's paid a total of 1,000,
421.
1,420. Where'd all the other monies go?
2 years. I think 2 years.
How old are the children?
I got a 1 year old, 1 year old.
Okay. How about them? What happens to them when you go to prison? Hmm? Do you care?
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right.
You know, that's where we're headed.
My daughter had dialysis.
Sir?
My daughter had dialysis.
Yeah, so you don't follow your rules of probation, so you end up going to prison. Whose fault is that? It is. Meanwhile, you've got responsibilities at home and children who need care. Where's the mother of the child?
She's there.
She was?
I said she's there.
Is she employed? Well, she works in the house. Homemakers have a responsibility, and it's generally hard work. All right. What's state asking for?
Judge, reading through the original PSI, the fact that this permanently building was a break into a pharmacy, and it was out of the kindness of the individual that owes the restitution. He made a recommendation that this young man not get any jail time then. I would have actually harped on it at the time because of the circumstances, but he didn't meet those needs. He's young. Hopefully he'll turn himself around, but I think what's appropriate here, because this is a state jail and the facts of the original charges, that we give him a sentence of a year's state jail time.
All right, anything you want to say? How much do you have? How much money do you have to pay the victim today? And do you have some money squirreled away somewhere?
Yeah, I don't know how much on there on my phone. I got money on my phone.
I'm sorry,
I got money on my phone. I don't know.
what does that mean?
Like on the app. Apple Pay.
How much is that?
I don't know how much on it.
Like, about how much?
Like $200 or $300 on there.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to find, if there's nothing further, I'm going to find that there is sufficient evidence supporting this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation, to grant it by a preponderance of the evidence or greater, as allegation 2 has been proven true, that the defendant has failed to provide verification of entering and successfully completing moral recognition therapy again. And this is after we had taken this up a few years ago and found it true. The defendant has nonetheless had an opportunity to do it and has not essentially put in any effort in moral recognition therapy over the course of his term of probation, which is now 9.5 years, over 9.5 years. All right, so This motion to revoke unadjudicated probation is hereby granted. Earlier in this case, the defendant pleaded guilty voluntarily. He was mentally competent to do so. You understood and appreciated the consequences of pleading guilty. There was sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted at that hearing to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. We instead placed you on deferred or unadjudicated probation. That deferred or unadjudicated probation is hereby revoked. I now find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of this underlying state jail felony of burglary of a building. You were hereby sentenced to confinement in the state jail for a term of 2 years. And you have 162 days credit, which means you have a lot of time in jail, in state jail. But what I'm going to do is place you on regular probation. And that will be, okay, what am I able to do here? How much can I place him on time on regular probation for?
Should be 5 years.
Can I?
Leave.
I thought you could only do no more than 10 years, right?
You can't do more than 10 years.
Sir?
You can't do more than 10 years.
Even when it's revoked and.
It's a total of 10 years.
And he's been on probation.
Since November 2017, let me check that date, Judge. Correct, November 6th, 2017. So whatever the math turns out there.
Anytime, I guess.
Here's what we're going to do is we're going to place him on this probation for the balance of the time that would make the anniversary of 10 years from the time he was placed on probation.
It's approximately 16 months, Judge. We've got 4 months before he hits his anniversary and then an additional year.
Past 10.
Don't forget. That's your.
So what we'll do is place him on that for that period of time from today to November 6th, 2027. And we're going to review this in 3 months. And if you hadn't come up with substantial amount of restitution here, we'll be back on a revocation, and then it could result in 2 years confinement. So it's up to you to try to get these people paid back that you're responsible for. Do you understand?
So,
Everybody understands where we are on this. You got responsibilities to yourself and at home.
listen,
Live up to them, sir.
Yes, sir.
Here's this one.
What stood out here to me was that restitution wasn't treated like it was just paperwork. It was money owed to the victims, and the court wanted to know why years of cash income had not gone towards it. The math got messy for sure, but the larger point was very clear. But it does beg the question, if someone has limited income but still earns cash over time, how much should the court expect them to pay? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, Ellie and I would love it if you checked out one of the 2 that are on your screen right now. We thank you for watching.